This cheese pita bread is one of the tastiest breads that we can make at home in the simplest method. To make this bread, we don't need any special equipments and we can make it with only 7 basic ingredients and it will be ready to enjoy in less than 2 hours. The bread is so soft and tender, it's chewy and it is deliciously filled with cheese. So in this video, let's see how to make this wonderful cheese-filled bread at home. So let's start by preparing the bread dough. Into a bowl, I'm adding some lukewarm water which is not cold nor hot but just slightly warm. Into this, I'm adding sugar, salt, and yeast, and mix until all our ingredients get dissolved. Now adding butter. You can see the butter that I'm using is very soft and so it will be easy to blend. Adding flour. Mix and combine them all together to form a shaggy mass of dough. Now we need to knead the dough. So let's transfer the dough onto a clean work surface. And while making a bread dough, we don't need to be very strict on the measurements because the water absorbing capacity of different flours may vary slightly. Our dough may be a little sticky in the beginning and that's okay, but if you find your dough to be too sticky even after kneading the dough for about 4 to 5 minutes, we can add 1 or 2 tablespoons of flour, or if it is too tough, we can add a little more water. The point is that after kneading the dough for about 6 to 8 minutes, our dough should be soft and supple and elastic enough to withstand all the stretching and puffing later. And the softer the dough, the softer our bread will be. And now after kneading, our dough is soft and it is ready. So lightly oil a clean bowl and place the dough inside it and then cover it with a cling film. And now it is ready for the first proofing. So let it sit and rest in a warm environment for around 45 minutes to 1 hour. And if your place is cold, we can keep the dough inside the oven with oven lights turned on. After 45 minutes, our dough has risen, and what we need to do now is to gently deflate or degas the dough and then turn it on to a clean work surface. Now let's divide it into equal pieces. I divided it into 8 equal parts and then shape each small portion into small round balls. We finished all of them and now I'm taking the first one that we shaped. This is around 250 grams of mozzarella cheese, which we'll be using to fill in our pita bread. Lightly dust the work surface with some flour and roll it into a small circle of approximately 5 inches in diameter. To fill in, I'm using around 2 tablespoons of cheese. Then cover it with the dough. And pinch the ends to seal it. And now again roll it into a circle of approximately 6 inches in diameter and not more than 1/4 of an inch thickness. And place the dough disc onto a large tray. And after this final shaping, let the dough discs sit and rise for 15 to 20 minutes or until they puff up slightly. So now let's take them onto the stove top for the final step. I've preheated my pan. We need to preheat our pan to a low to medium heat. So it's now hot and ready for cooking. Lay a rolled pita on a hot skillet and wait for 1 minute or until we see small bubbles starting to form. And then flip and cook for 1 to 2 minutes on the other side, and then flip again and cook for another 1 to 2 minutes. The pitas should start to puff up during this time, and if it doesn't, or if only small pockets form, we can help them by pressing the surface of the pita, and the bread won't puff up if our skillet is not hot enough, so make sure the skillet is hot enough. As this bread is a little thick bread, it needs a little time to get cooked. So we don't need a very high heat, but a low to medium heat so that our bread will be cooked slowly and perfectly. And keep the cooked pita bread covered in a dry towel so that the steam will get entrapped within the kitchen towel and the pita breads can remain fresh, warm and soft. As these breads are stuffed with cheese, they are best to have while they are fresh and warm, and it smells so good, and the bread is super soft and tender. It has a chewy texture and it is super tasty with a delicious cheese filling. Even though I've tried making this bread using slightly different types of filling along with cheese, like with chopped herbs and minced garlic, the one that made with plain cheese turned out to be our most favorite. And I hope you found this recipe simple and easy to make, and hope you will make this at home, and I'm pretty sure your whole family will love it. And if you like this video, please give a thumbs up, and please don't forget to share this recipe with your friends and family who love homemade bread. And thank you so much for your love and support.